Hi 4G students, welcome to another video. I'm so happy today because today we get to finish our book. And yes, I'm talking about Esperanza Rising. Guys, today is the last chapter. I know I feel kind of sad and kind of happy at the same time because we know that this book has been difficult. Esperanza has been facing a lot of issues in her life, but yes, I know we want to know what's going to happen to her, what's going to happen to her family, what's going to happen even to Tio Luis and Tio Marco. We want to know how this book is going to end, right? So today, guys, please enjoy the last chapter. You have the text in Schoology, you have the audiobook. If it's working for you, please listen to the last chapter. It's going to help you a lot. And yes, guys, you have the test. And I'll be taking my time to explain to you how you can find those resources at the end of the video. But right now, guys, I want to talk about Esperanza Rising. And when I say Esperanza Rising, I really want to talk about the book as a whole. I really want to talk about everything that we have been learning with this book from chapter 1 all the way to chapter 14. I don't really want to talk specifically about the last chapter, guys, because I don't want to mess it up. If I start talking about the last chapter, guys, it's not good for you. I really want you to go and read it to yourself, read it on your own, so you can experience the feeling of ending the book. Like, I don't want to do it right now because I think it's not right. You should enjoy the book, and I don't want to tell you how the book is going to end. But let me tell you that the book has an amazing ending. So please take the time to read it on your own. And if you have any questions, let me know. But I'm making this lesson, guys, because I really want to talk about everything that happened in the book. Not everything, that doesn't make sense, but when I say everything, I talk about the lessons. The lessons that we take from the book. The lessons that we can take from the book and we can actually apply in our life. And I can say that we can find many lessons. I will say, personally, I found like 10 lessons that I can take from the book and apply those in my life. But today I'm just gonna take those five, guys, that you see on the screen. I'll be talking about those in a little bit. And that's the purpose of any book, guys. When you choose a book, try to choose a book that is gonna teach you something about life, something that you can actually apply in your life. It can be about anything, it can be about art, any sport, school, you name it. Always have that in mind when you choose a book. And that's why I chose this book. That's why I chose Esperanza Rising, because I really wanted to provide lessons for you, lessons that you can apply in your life, like I said. And let's go ahead and start with the first one. Perseverance. What's that? I'm on the first one right here. Perseverance. Perseverance. Guys, that's the main lesson that we all learned in this book. Perseverance is about not giving up. It's about keep moving forward no matter what, no matter how difficult the time is. You need to keep moving forward. And we saw that with Esperanza, guys. We saw that she lost her father. They needed to move to California. But you know what, guys? Esperanza said to her mom, "Mom, I am with you. I'm gonna work, even though I don't know how to work, even though I don't know how to clean the house or do like the basic things. I'm gonna try my best. I'm gonna help you. because we need to keep moving forward. We need to keep uh, we need to keep thinking positive. And I know that is hard, right? Because when you're living a difficult time, it is hard to think positive, guys, but you have to do it. And Esperanza, she was able to show she was able to show that it is possible, guys. When you have that motivation, when you're with your family, you can keep moving forward. That's the right thing to do when you are facing a difficult time. Perseverance. Always think positive. Okay, that's the first one. The second one, justice. Here, guys, on the second one, I'm talking about the farmers. The farmers that were working in California at that time. We know that this country, the United States, is meant for everyone. Even when we say the pledge, right? We say and justice for all. Do you think that at that time everyone was having justice? No, right? Like the farmers, they were having bad conditions, bad living conditions. They were getting low payment, but they were doing this job, guys, because they needed to feed their families. They had families, so that's why they were there. But and we saw that they were afraid to speak, right? To say, hey, why we don't have better conditions? They were afraid to do that because of deportation. They were afraid to be sent to Mexico. They were afraid of losing their job. Guys, that was a really sad time in US history, because it took a lot of years until we saw a change, and we know who made that change, right? Who made that change, right? It was Cesar Chavez. Cesar Chavez was able to provide justice for all the farmers working in California. So that's lesson number two. Number three, pay close attention to this one, because this one happens a lot in school. Prejudice. Let me repeat that again. Prejudice. Prejudice, it happens a lot in school, guys. Let me give you an example. Let's suppose that we have a new student in class, and when we see this student, when we see it, and he has glasses, and he has like nice clothes, the students tend to say, oh, look at that student, he's so smart. He's going to be the best student in the class. Like, we don't even give him time to talk or to show who he is as a person, and we start saying things about him. That's prejudice. And this happened to Esperanza. Do you remember when she arrived to California? What's the first thing that Martha's told her? Here, Esperanza, you will not be the princess. You need to work like anybody else, and you have to follow the rules. Here, you're not the princess. Like, Martha was mean to Esperanza. Martha didn't give a chance to Esperanza to speak, to show her that she was kind. But the good thing is that at the end of the book, we were able to see that Esperanza gave a lesson to Martha, because remember, she had the opportunity to tell the 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 officials that Martha was hiding, and Esperanza had the chance to send Martha to Mexico, but Esperanza was kind and she ended up helping Martha. Guys, never judge a person by the way he or she looks, okay? That's the point of prejudice. Okay. Point number 4, society in the United States. This one is kind of it's similar to point number 2, but here, guys, I'm talking about races. I'm talking about African Americans, Mexican Americans, I'm talking about Asian people, I'm talking about Japanese that were living in the United States at the time. And we know that the United States is all about cultures, right? We have people from everywhere. And at that time, guys, segregation was taking place. I don't know if you remember segregation, but segregation was a thing that the government was doing. They were sending like African Americans and Mexican Americans to to other schools because they said that white people were better, and they said white people need to be here, and Mexican Americans, guys, you guys go over there. You cannot be with us. And guys, that was not a good thing to do. That was like a huge mistake from the government, segregation, and it took a lot of years. This is gonna continue all the way to the 1960s, and Martin Luther King Jr. is gonna be the one to end segregation, and Esperanza was able to experience segregation even when she went to the store. Do you remember that she preferred to go with Mr. Yakota because when she went to the white stores, she was she was she was um rejected by the white people. So guys, please don't ever do that. Everyone is made equal. We are all equal. Okay? And the last one, family, guys. Family. This one is also a lesson from the book. Guys, you have more power when you, let me repeat that again. You have more power when you are with your family. No matter how difficult a problem is, if you are with your family, you are in the good place. And Esperanza, guys, she was able to show that to us. She stayed with the family. She stayed with Mama and um Hortensia and Miguel. And yes, they were also family. Guys, family is power. When you are with your family, you have the power to do anything. And you're gonna be able to see how the book is gonna end. And family is like the main point of the last chapter. So family, guys, family is great. Okay, so those guys, those were the 5 lessons that we were able to learn here in the book. I know there are more. If you were able to find more, send me those lessons in the comment section so we can have more discussion about this. Okay, before I leave, let me talk to you about what you're gonna do today. So let's go to Schoology so I can tell you where you can find the resources for today's test. Okay, so let me go to Schoology. I have it here. Okay, it's opening. So this is our class right here. Today is Thursday. Guys, this is what you have today. Please read the chapter first. If the audiobook is working for you, use it, guys. Use it. That's gonna help you to have a better understanding of the chapter. If it's not working for you, well, try to read the text at least 2 times so you can have a good comprehension of the last chapter. So use the text, use the audiobook, if you can, and last but not least, you take the test. The test has 10 questions. Okay, so that's for today's lesson. And let me go back. And I know you have been wondering about this because I have a folder for Saturday. What's that, right? Like, is this teacher kind of crazy or what? Well, let me tell you guys that tomorrow, I have it here, we don't have a class tomorrow. That's why the folder was made for Saturday instead of Friday, because we do not have a class for tomorrow. But we're gonna have the lesson on Saturday. So all of you need to come here to YouTube. You need to come to Schoology because we have a lesson. But it's gonna be a special lesson because it's Easter time and it's gonna be connected to that. So please come and join us this weekend. The lesson is gonna be on Saturday. You're gonna enjoy it. It's gonna be a fun lesson. And let me tell you, there's gonna be a prize. So please come here on Saturday so we can celebrate Easter and we can learn at the same time. So see you on Saturday, and that lesson will be in Spanish. So tomorrow, guys, take a break. We don't have a class tomorrow, but you come back on Saturday, okay? Okay, so thank you very much. My name is Mr. Gonzalez. And see you on Saturday. Bye bye.